There are 14 akusala sinkhara, moha, arika, anuttapa, uddhacca. Today, lobha. Lobha, greed, the first unwholesome root, covers all degrees of selfish desire, longing, attachment, and clinging. There are many names in Lobha, Lobha, Dana, Bhima, Raga, Samudaya, etc. The characteristic of Lobha is grasping an object. Taking hold of an object is the characteristics. When you are attached to something, your mind takes hold of that object. So the characteristics of Lobha is said to be grasping an object. The function is sticking as meat sticks on a hot pan. So Buddha gave definition of that Lobha Dana. Lobha, the origin of suffering and the truths which noble ones, Ariya, should know. There is this hunger, this craving, which gives rise to fresh rebirth. And Dana Lobha is bound up with pleasure and attachment. And it is the nature of pleasure and attachment. Lobha seeks delight, finds gratification now, here and there, everywhere. So three kinds of Lobha, Kamatana, Bhavatana, and Vibhavatana. Kamatana, sensual craving, desire for enjoyment of sensual pleasures. Bhavatana, craving for eternal existence, holding the eternity belief. And Vibhavatana, craving for non-existence, annihilation, believing that there is nothing after this life, after death. So three kinds of craving are the truth of the origin of suffering. So that Tanalobha craving is the causal agency responsible for all kinds of suffering. So we want to eliminate suffering. We don't want suffering. If we want to eliminate suffering, it is essential to know the cause of suffering. It is like making a diagnosis to know the cause of sickness so that it may be cured. The fully enlightened Buddha had personally penetrated to this truth of the cause of suffering and had consequently entirely eradicated suffering by removing its cause. So that Dana, Lobha is craving for hunger. It is like feeling thirsty or hungry. Dana is thirst or hunger for sense objects. Yayam Tana Pono Bhavika, craving for sense objects, gives rise to fresh becoming. So long as we remain in the grip of this craving, continuous rebirth will take place. We have to be reborn again and again. This tanha, lobha, finds pleasure in sense objects and clings to them. It is like oil or dye solution remains absorbed on any surface it happens to come into contact. Tanha is delighted with seemingly pleasant sense object and holds on these sense objects tenaciously. This tanha finds gratification here, there, everywhere. There's never any boredom, never any monotony in the pursuit of pleasures. Any seemingly pleasurable sense object, wherever it presents itself, gives delight, while the person never any boredom in this life because he think pleasant, which are really suffering. In our human worlds, life in the lower society is not attractive or pleasant to people of high class. Unfortunately, there are people who are born into poor circumstances, stay enjoying their lives wherever they may be. In the same way, the human mind, to the human mind, animal life is unpleasurable, repulsive, horrible. To assume the physical body of a snake or an insect is an abominable thought for the human beings. Yet, unfortunately, to be reborn in an animal world, that being is quite pleased with his physical body and finds delight in his life. It is because of the nature of tanha lobha, which finds gratification in every existence, in every sense object, wherever it may be. So, Buddha described tanha lobha as finding pleasure here, there, in every existence, in every sense object. So it will be shown by the story of our Bodhisattva Sampiya Nagaki. Our Bodhisattva was born into a poor family in the vicinity of the river Sambal in one existence. The nature of beings, poor man, he may have 100, he wished for 1,000, he want to have 1,000. If he have 1 million, he may have 1 billion. etc. At one time, our bodhisattva, that poor man, saw the life of pleasure enjoyed by the Sambhya Nagagin, Sambhya dragon. So our bodhisattva wished to become Nagagins. So if you want to become Naga kings, kings of Naga, what you have to do? You have to do charity, you have to observe Sila. So our bodhisattva, that poor man, engaged himself in the good deeds of dana, giving alms, and observing the precepts. As a result, when bodhisattva passed away, he was reborn spontaneously in the realms of Nagas. He found himself seated on the throne of the Sambhya Naga king in the full shape of the form of Naga beings. The Naga is the species of snake. Not only ordinary snake, it is powerful. It can and assume as like a devas, very powerful Naga kings. So to be reborn as a snake from the human existence is really frightful and abominable. So Bodhisattva looked at his repulsive, horrible new form, and he reflected, in the previous life, I've done dana and sila, charity and morality. As a result of my charity and observance of morality, I could have been reborn in any of the 6 celestial realms. But because I wish for the pleasures of the Nagagin, I am reborn into the worlds of reptiles. At this moment, to die would be better than to live the life of a snake. So Nagagin want to die, want to commit suicide because he disgusted with the repulsive, horrible new form of a snake. So at that time, the young Naga female by the name of Sumana gave a signal to other young Naga females to entertain their new king. So the young Naga females assumed the appearance of beautiful devis and goddesses. They started singing, dancing, and playing various musical instruments. So now the Naga king saw the beautiful goddesses entertaining him with song, dance, and music. He imagined his Naga abode to be the palace of the kinds of the gods, celestial beings, and he felt very pleased. He also took on the appearance of the god himself and joined the female Nagas in their entertainment with much delight. However, he was Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva, even sometimes wrong, he easily regained the sense of reality. He picked up mindfulness quickly. So Bodhisattva resolved to be born again as a human being so that he could further promote his paramis, the virtuous qualities of dana, sila, and bhavana. So in pursuance of this resolution, the Sambian Naga king later came to the human world and sought solitude in the forest, and that Naga kept sila, kept observant of the moral precepts. So the point we wish to make this story of the Sambian Naga king is that from the human point of view, the body of a reptile is horrible, repulsive. At the initial stage of the Naga life, the Bodhisattva also viewed his new life with horror and revulsion. But when he saw the attractive female Nagas, his mind changed in his outlook, which kept him delighting in the Naga existence as if it were at the home of gods. So now the power of Tanna, it is Tanna which seeks delight here, there, everywhere. Rebirth takes place and made the Bodhisattva enjoy the Naga life. So there was also the wish he had made while he was a poor man in the human world for the pleasurable life of a Naga king. So the wish or craving or the nalova is also the na which landed him in the realms of Naga. Because of this, Buddha said, Ponobhavika, the nalova gives rise to new rebirth. So after Loba, we have to go to another factors is deity. Deity, wrong views. The literal meanings of deity is just view or seeing. If we want to be specific, we use the words mecha or sama. Mecha deity means wrong view and sama deity means right view. But actually deity here means wrong view and seeing wrongly. The characteristic of deity is unwise interpretation of things, unjustified interpretation of things. If there is deity wrong view, you take things to be permanent. If there is deity wrong view, you take things to be satisfactory. If there is deity wrong view, you take things, you take namarupa to be an self. Also, it is the belief that there are no results of either good karma or bad karma. Or it is the belief that there is no karma and there are no result of that karma. So it is a belief that there is no this world and no other worlds. These all are called Mithya Detti, wrong views. The functions of wrong view is to pre-assume, that means to take wrongly. It is manifested as a wrong interpretation or belief. The proximate cause of wrong view is unwillingness to see the noble ones, unwillingness to see the areas and so on. If you associate with noble ones, if you associate with knowledgeable people, good people, then you will hear from them right view. You will not get wrong views. If you do not associate with noble person, good people, then you tend to get this deity or wrong views. So unwillingness to see the noble ones and to associate with those with them is said to be proximate cause of major deity, getting a wrong views. Lova deity and mana, conceit. Conceit has the characteristics of haughtiness. The function is self-exaltation. It is manifested as vainglory. The proximate cause of mana is greed disassociated from views. It should be regarded as madness. Conceit is a kind of mental madness. Sometimes it is compared to a flash waving in the wind. You put a flash up in the air, you put it at the top of everything. And conceit, mana, also wants to be on top of other people. It is called mana. Sometimes it may be a overestimation of oneself. So mana, atima nature no yudo. Don't be extremely conceited and arrogant. Don't look down upon other people. Treat them disrespectfully without contempt. So this means after thinking highly of yourself, do not look down upon other people. Do not treat other people disrespectfully with contempt. In worldly life, we should not look down upon other people. In the practice of Dharma, we also should not look down upon other yogis. In worldly affairs, people tend to look down upon others because of their differences in social class. people tend to look down upon other people because of differences in properties and education. So we should not disdain others for any reason. Why is this? Although we may look down upon someone, after some time, that person may longer be what we has thought and may have become someone worthy of holding in high esteem. If we look down upon a person who should not be held in contempt, we may encounter suffering. So there was a very famous story about suffering experienced because of pride to the royal family of our Lord Buddha, such a clan. So you may have heard this story, very famous story. So the story is like this. During the time of our Lord Buddha, 500 monks were invited daily by King Pasidani Kosala for alms food. Led by Venerable Ananda, members of the Sangha, 500 Sanghas went daily to receive alms. So they went to the palace to receive alms. For 7 whole days, the king President Kosala himself led in offering alms food. For the following days, however, the king could not offer in person, and the king also did not give duty to anyone else either. Since there were no orders given in the king's palace, no one dared to come and offer. So on the 8th day, there were not even places prepared for the Sangha to sit on. So many monks saying, there are not even places for us to sit. So they went back, they left. So it was the same situation on the next day. Because there were no place to sit, many members of the Sangha left. On the third day, after the Sangha left, only the Venerable Ananda alone remained, and the Venerable Ananda stayed for bearing out of compassion for the donor's fate. So Venerable Ananda, very patient. Other Sangha left, but only just Venerable Ananda stayed. At this time, King Pasenadi Kosala came. When the king saw only the Venerable Ananda by himself and all extra the rice and curries there, the king became very unhappy. And he went to report this matter to the Buddha. So the king Pasenadi Kosala said to the Buddha, One day I invited 500 monks to come to my palace. Only the Venerable Ananda alone came. Why do other monks not acknowledge my dana? Then Buddha said to the king, my disciple, the Sangha may have not come because they are not familiar with the king. Then he taught that it is not suitable for monks to approach a house for alms that is not fulfilled with 9 qualities. And that is suitable for monks to approach a house that is fulfilled with 9 qualities. So Buddha described 9 qualities to be fulfilled. So what are the 9 qualities? The donors get up and greet the monks respectfully. The donor bow to the monks respectfully. He gives seats to the monks respectfully. He do not conceal what he have. Whatever he have, he want to offer. The donor offer a lot if he have a lot. The donor offer what is good if he have something good. So if he have not good, so whatever he have, he may offer. So when he offer respectfully. He approached the members of the Sangha to sit and listen to the Dhamma. When he listened to the Dhamma, he listened to the Dhamma that is taught eagerly. He really paid attention to the Dhamma. So these are the 9 qualities of the donors. So to this area, to this donor house, Sangha should approach. If not, Sangha should not approach. So you can see your sincere loving kindness to the recipients, your vibration of peacefulness are reaching out to that recipients. So recipients eagerly come to you if you have sincere loving kindness, sincere saddha, faith in the gems. So Sangha will approach to you. Then Buddha told the story of hermit Kesava. Although the hermit Kesava partook of good food, delicious food and medicine from the kings of Varanasi, who was not familiar with him. The kings of Varanasi invited hermit Kesava to receive good food and medicine. But the kings of Varanasi was not familiar with the hermit. So even though the king offered him delicious food and medicine, the hermit became ill almost to the point of death. But when the hermit Kesawa met with his intimate uh, disciple, he regained his health in a few days on only fruits and tubers. I think maybe the intimate disciple, very familiar with the hermit Kesawa, maybe he take care very well, take care with sincere loving kindness, and the vibration of peacefulness we reach to the hermit Kesawa. Even though the disciple of hermit offer him ordinary fruits and jiva with sincere metta and care, these will energize to the hermit Kesawa, and the hermit regain his health. So Buddha described the 9 qualities of the donors. After hearing this, the king Kosala considered, now I should do to become familiar with the Sangha. So the king even planned to become relatives with Sangha. So he asked he want to be familiar with such a clan. So he asked for a royal daughter to marry from the Sacha clan, Sacha king. The state of Saka was located within the regions of Kosala. Kosala is a very big state and powerful country, but Saka state is very small. So the Sachan Buddha relatives had to give a royal daughter in marriage as the kings of Kosala requested. If they did not give a royal daughter, there would be big trouble for them because Kosala country is very powerful. But the Sejong clan was very proud. There was no one in the world whose race was as noble as Sejong clan, they believe. So Sejong clan believed that it was not suitable for one of their daughters to mix with another race. They believe they are high class. So the Sajjan called an emergency meeting and consulted with each other. So during the emergency meeting, the king Mahanama said that, "Oh, my friends, I have a daughter who was born of a slave. This girl could be offered. Although called a slave, the mother was not a real slave. In the ancient time, the ruling kings called their citizens slaves. So she was one of the citizens of the country. She may have been the daughter of a rich man or a merchant. The king explained that he had a daughter who was not counted among the royal Sejong clan, and who was born of an ordinary citizen. So it was suitable to offer this girl, he said. So everyone agreed with that point. And this daughter was given in marriage. Although a true royal princess of the Sejong clan was requested, a daughter whose lineage was not pure on her mother's side was given in deception. A person who has been deceived may be very pleased when he does not know it, but when he finds out, he can become extremely angry with the liar. So the envoys of the king of Kosala took the mixed hybrid parentage daughter of King Mahanama and gave her in marriage to the king Kosala. So King Kosala believed her to be a true royal princess of the Sejong clan. So he was extremely pleased and elevated her as his chief queen. So her name was Wasapa Katiya. Later, Wasapa Katiya gave birth to a son. The prince was named Vidatupa. So you remember Vidatupa, very famous king. Later, he will kill all the Sejong clan, the border relatives. So the prince was named Vidatupa because King Kosala adored Vidatupa. He gave him the official position of commander-in-chief of the army during a young age. So when Vidatupa was 7 years old, he asked his mother, "Mother, other children get presents such as toy elephants, toy horses from their grandmothers and aunts from their mother's sides. I don't get any present from my mother's relatives. Mother, don't you have a mother?" Vidatupa asked his mother. Then his mother knew that if she spoke the truth, the lie would be revealed and she would suffer. She had to resort to deception. So the mother of Vidatupa said, "My son, my mother and father lineage are from the royal Sejong clan. They are in Kapilawetu. King Mahanama of Kapilawetu is my father. He is your grandfather. He cannot send present because he is far away," the mother said to his son Vidatupa. Then when Vidatupa reached the age of 16, he wanted to visit the royal grandfather of King Mahanama and his mother's relatives and asked permission to go there. Vidatupa mothers refused repeatedly, "Don't go there." Finally, mother could not refuse anymore and gave permission to go. And then Wasapa Katiya sends message to the Sejans in advance. She informed Sejan that when Vidrupa arrived, they should act so that condition would be favorable. Why did Vasvakatiya, the mother, inform them in this way? She was worried that Raya Sechan would look down upon Vidrupa as one not of pure descent and act disrespectfully. Now the Sechan planned to make a trick to Vidrupa. So before the day Vidrupa arrived, the Raya Sechan sent all the princes who were younger than Vidrupa to a far away place. Because if you are younger, you have to pay respect to the elders, and they don't want to pay respect to Vidrupa. They believe Vidrupa was the sons of slave. When Vidrupa arrived, they received him very well. They introduced his relatives. Oh, Vidrupa, this is the royal son's grandfather. This is your uncle, etc. And Vidrupa have to pay respect to his grandfather, uncles, and relatives because all are older than him. After paying respect, Vidrupa said, "Are there no people who are to pay respect to me?" Then the royal Sajan explained. They explained that the young princess had gone somewhere far away and provided Vidrupa with good food and service. So Vidrupa stayed there for 2 or 3 days. After staying about 2 or 3 days, Vidrupa left. When Vidrupa left, a slave of the Sajan washed his seat with milk because they believed that the seed was set by the Vidrupa, who was the slave, who was the son of the slave. And that lady had bad mouth and bad tempered. During washing the seat with milk, she said, "There is a place where Vidrupa, the son of the slave woman, sat." At that time, a servant of Prince Vidrupa came back for that place because his weapon was left behind. So when he came back, he heard the slave woman cast and saw her washing the seat with milk. And he heard the slave cussing. "This is the place where Vidrupa, the sons of the slave, sat." So that person in turn told his companions that Vidrupa's mother, Vasvakatiya, was not a real royal princess. She was the daughter of a slave. So in this way, people gossip from one person to another. Many people came to know about this, and Vidrupa also came to know, and he was very furious. He vowed, "They wash my seat with milk, let them wash it. When I become king, I will wash this place again with the blood from their throats." So Vidrupa vowed in this way, very bad. So when Vidrupa later became king, he marched to battle to Kapilawetu with the intention of killing all the Raya Sajan people. Did Buddha saw this? Yes. Buddha saw this and he went to prevent him for the first time. And Vidrupa withdrew. Second time, Vidrupa withdrew his army. And for the third time, Buddha prevented him. Vidrupa withdrew his army and returned. But for the fourth time, however, Vidrupa marched to battle Kapilawetu because the time is ripe for the Anhosankama, Anhosansankara of the Sachang kings to bear results. Now this time Buddha go there? No, Buddha did not go to stop him to battle. Buddha stayed observing with Upeka. So when we do radiating metta, first we will do metta, and then Karuna, then Mudita. Finally, we have to do Upeka. We all beings are the owner of our karma. We cannot do anything, just do Upeka. So at that time, Vidrupa gave the order, kill all the riot Sachans, except for the people that were with my grandfather King Mahanama. So Vidrupa gave a very horrible order. So Vidrupa's soldier killed all those who admitted to have riot Sachan blood. They even did not spare unweaned babies and kill them. Only those people who were holding grass and bubble unconsciously, they are very afraid of the soldier because they were about to kill them. They unconsciously babble, I'm no Sachan, I'm grass. I'm no Sachan, I'm reeds. They babble like this. So those people who are holding reeds and babble witlessly, and those people who are near to King Mahanama remained. Other people all killed. So why did the entire race of Sachan meet with misfortune? Why they meet this disaster? It was because they thought highly of their own race and they looked down upon other people. They held others in contempt and did not treat with respect. someone who should have been respected. They spoke disparagingly. That was the reason. So in present time, there are people who think highly of themselves and look down upon other people. So these people who look down upon others may get bad results. So in the Metta Sutta, Buddha mentioned, do not deceive other person, do not deceive other person, do not cheat others, do not despise, do not look down any person in any place, do not wish any harm to another with insult or ill will. In the Metta Sutta, Buddha mentioned. So why people are so proud? Why people are so conceited? Conceited is developed with regard to our possession when there is misconception that they are enduring and they are permanent. The rupa, the material qualities of eyes, ears, visible form are wrongly held to be permanent, and consequently vanity is built around them. So clinging to the material qualities of eyes, ears, nose, tongues, which become manifest at the moment of seeing, hearing, etc., and thinking they are still in existence, conceit is developed over them. For the yogis who is taking note, always taking note, yogi knows that they all vanish after they have arisen, and when they see that reality, they have no mana. So now you are hearing the sound. Do you hear the sound? Yes, I hear. Do you have ear? Yes, I hear. Now, do you have that ear now? No. The sound disappear, and when the sound disappear, eardrums disappear. When eardrum disappear, the whole body disappear. When you disappear, the whole universe disappear simultaneously. Now yogi is noting, hearing, hearing, hearing. When yogi sees something, yogi notes seeing, seeing, seeing. So if you understand this, you have no mana, you have no conceit, because they vanishing continuously, they vanishing immediately, and there is no eyes, ears, no hearing, seeing, etc., because they are vanishing continuously. Now the question you have to ask again and again, do you hear the sound? Yes. Do you have ear? Yes. Now do you have that ear? No. That ear disappear. And when you see that, as soon as you note the eyes, the ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and sight, sound, etc., all disappear very clearly. When you really see the true nature of the Namarupa, psychophysical phenomena, you have no mana. Because mana, conceit, arise because we wrongly hold to be permanent, and consequently mana is built. So everything is disappearing continuously. Yogi note very, very precisely to get rid of the kinds of mana, the kinds of akusala, sankhara, unwholesome, volitional activities. Now we have to start our discourse for today. We continue next time. May you practice well by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future. So